brilliant.
The Last Prophecy by Jonathan Lopez. Chapter 4. Darkness prevailed, and Eikus warriors had conquered most of the planets. Hope was almost non-existent. On the other hand, the Chosen Ones reached their objective, each with a specific mission, which was to make their way through the mothership and reach a specific location to place the bombs, strategically positioned to destroy the entire gigantic ship. This was no easy task. The ship was teeming with enemies, and given its size, it would take days to reach each planned location. The journey began once inside the ship. The Chosen Ones started to separate in different directions, as stealthily as possible. Tak, the Jupiterian, had the most challenging mission, as his objective was the ship's control panels. However, he encountered Eikus, the great leader, and his guards captured him and brought him before him. Eikus decided to confront Tak because he had previously severed his arm. But this time, it was 1 against 1, and it was impossible for Tak to defeat Eikus due to his immense power. As the confrontation unfolded, Eikus discovered that the Jupiterian carried a very strange device and decided to kill him quickly, then ordered his scientists to examine the device. Upon learning that it was a powerful bomb, he pondered how Tak had reached his ship. He ordered every inch of the ship to be searched for intruders, knowing that Tak wouldn't be the only one coming to attack. Eikus' guards also found Okiri, the Mercurian, and killed him, but they found no device similar to Tak's on him. Okiri had already fulfilled his objective, and on his way back to the meeting point to leave the ship, he was intercepted and killed. The rest of the Chosen Ones waited for those who were missing, but as they did not arrive at the planned time, they made the difficult decision to leave the mothership. In their escape attempt, the guards caught up with them, and as they fled, Phophecy, the Saturnian, was gravely injured. Prince Zayuk of Neptune, upon seeing his beloved seriously wounded, left Phophecy in the escape pod and returned to confront the guards to allow the others to escape. Zayuk, in a furious rage, fought until his last breath, gazing at the sun before ceasing to exist.
Chapter 5.
The Chosen Ones, far enough from the mothership, activated the nuclear bombs. Suddenly, a great silence dominated the solar system after the largest explosion in the history of galaxies occurred. The mothership was completely destroyed. All its inhabitants and its great leader had been annihilated. An entire empire, years of construction, the best warriors, entire civilizations, the best scientists, and the best technology were on that ship. Everything turned to ashes. The greatest empire of all time had fallen with its leader. What seemed impossible had become a reality thanks to the Solar Union. But it didn't end there. After fleeing the mothership, the remaining 5 Chosen Ones landed on Earth, one of the few planets that had not been completely destroyed. The war was not over yet, as most of Eikus' warriors were on the planets, and there were still confrontations, and nothing seemed to change. Since there was hardly any sunlight to brighten the days, the scientists of the Solar Union investigated these previously unseen phenomena. However, they could not find the reason for such darkness, because the sun no longer radiated as before. Kiki spoke with them and explained something she had seen from the mothership. She discovered the existence of another ship, very different from the first one, which was very close to the sun and seemed to be absorbing its energy. The scientists immediately began to investigate with large telescopes directed towards the sun. However, there was a small detail in all this. The reason why the scientists had not discovered this problem previously was due to a natural process in the galaxy that occurs every so often. All the planets in the solar system align in one direction, one after the other after the sun, but Crew's ship was behind the sun, so it was not visible. But as the sun lost its energy, the extraction ship became visible. Once the scientists discovered its location, they realized that it would be the end of everything because without the sun's energy, life in the galaxy would be impossible. It was too late to plan an attack due to the distance it was at, and they no longer had the weapons and ships to travel. But the biggest problem was that the wars continued with Eikus' remaining warriors. The sun had run out of energy, with only a faint glow remaining in its core. Darkness and gloom enveloped the galaxy. Upon learning that the great leader had died and the mothership had been destroyed, Crew was stunned. He immediately took command of the rest of his armies. Once he had fulfilled his mission of absorbing all the energy from the sun, he decided to retreat. However, he encountered a huge problem. His ship was filled with energy, and there was no longer a mothership to recharge it. With too much energy on board, he decided to withdraw to his own galaxy along with his soldiers. Once there, they would begin construction of a new ship and return to destroy the only galaxy that had been able to resist and nearly annihilate his empire. Crew then ordered his warriors who were on the planets of the Solar Union to return to the ship to begin the journey back to their galaxy. However, most of the soldiers had been enslaved from their planets and brought to fight for the same reason they had been enslaved. Upon realizing this, they decided to surrender and stay in the Solar Union, rejecting Crew's orders. But something unexpected was about to happen. As Crew prepared to leave the galaxy, the alignment of the planets was completed. Once they were all in a single line, a miracle occurred for all living creatures in the Solar Union. It's important to explain that whenever the planets aligned in a single direction, the sun would radiate more than usual. This phenomenon is known as a solar eruption. It's as if the sun shines even brighter each time its children align in a straight line. But this time was different, as the sun had no more energy left. With its last ray of hope, it managed to shine, transmitting a final ray of sunlight to each planet. However, at that moment, Crew's ship, which was still full of energy and near the sun, couldn't withstand the energy overload and exploded into 1,000 pieces. All that energy was scattered, and the sun slowly began to absorb its rightful energy once again. It was the end for the invading empire. Everyone in the Solar Union witnessed the great explosion, which formed a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. They understood that it was the end of the war and all the nightmares they had endured. They began to rebuild their civilizations, starting from scratch. This experience helped them forge a strong alliance among all the planets, as they mutually helped each other rise from the rubble. Many years passed, but they managed to rebuild their civilizations, just as the sun gradually recovered. Each morning, it displayed its beautiful glow at dawn, signaling a new day. The End. By Jonathan Lopez. This book was translated and illustrated by A.I. This book is dedicated to my son by my Father God. The last phophecy. The planets are the countries in our word. Eikus will come when we wear on wartime.